Hey everybody! Today I wanted to show you all of my eyeshadow palettes that I have. I just kind of wanted to go through them real quick, let you know what I thought about them, which ones are my favorite, which ones I don't get too much use out of, and maybe if you're looking for a new palette, this will give you inspiration on something that you can purchase yourself. I will mention that the ones you will not see in here are the Urban Decay Naked 1 and Naked 2 palettes, and the Lorac Pro palettes. I think those are like the big three that everybody obsesses over, but I do not have them, and it's not that I don't want them, I just have not purchased them, and every time I see the price of them it kind of makes me cringe, even though some of these might be around the same price. But for some reason in my head it's really expensive and I'm going to ask for it for like a holiday or something like that. Christmas, it'll be on my Christmas list, and hopefully Santa will read my list and I have been a good girl. So let's just dive right in right now. I'm going to start with the very first palette I owned, and that is the Smashbox Softbox 2, the Photo Op eyeshadow palette. This is my first one that I got, and it was really exciting when I got it. You get these 6 shades right here, and actually this is what I used today on my eyes. I just used this gold-ish color and then used the matte brown in the crease. So you've got like 3 shimmer, 3 matte shades in this. They're neutral, they're really pretty, they're great quality, and I really enjoy this palette. Once I got more palettes, I kind of put this one away and hadn't used it in a while, but this week I kind of discovered it again, and I've been loving it. Next, we're going to go with Drugstore real quick. This is the only drugstore, like big drugstore palette I have, and it's from Wet n Wild. This is the Comfort Zone palette, and the reason I love this is because A, it's super affordable. It's like $5, and you get these 8 shades right here. And what I love about this, especially if you're newer to makeup and you're not wanting to shell out a bunch of money for some high-end products, Wet n Wild eyeshadows, if you have not already heard this, Wet n Wild makes some of the best quality eyeshadows at the drugstore. And before I really started getting big into makeup and watching YouTube videos and things like that, I never ever would have gone to Wet n Wild for any makeup period, but especially for eyeshadows. But surprisingly, they're really, really nice. And the other thing I love about it, if you're a beginner, is that it tells you what each shade can be used for. Obviously, you don't have to use them just for like brow bone or whatever, but it's a good guideline if you're not really sure how to put together an eye look. You know, you're not sure what goes in the crease or, you know, what to use all of these for. So they should tell you brow bone, eyelid, crease, definer, things like that. And this is one of the more neutral palettes that they have. They've got, you know, the spring palettes that come out, which I'm so sad I didn't find one, but they've also got like a purple one that's, you know, around all the time, and they've got another one, it's like I think blues. So definitely recommend these for anyone, but definitely if you're a beginner and you don't want to spend a lot of money, or you're experienced and you don't want to spend a lot of money. But this is one of my favorites. I get a lot of use out of this one. And then we're going to go with the 2 Sephora brand ones I have. First is this Sephora Primal Instincts palette. This has a ton of shades in it. You get all of these. The little mirror fell out of here. You can see the glue. This has a bunch of shades. They're mostly shimmer. There's like 3, I think, matte shades in here total. But this is a pretty decent quality one. And it is Sephora brand, so it's a little bit less expensive than some of the other ones in here. So if you're wanting like in between high-end and drugstore, I would suggest this. This was, again, one of the first ones I owned. I think I purchased this right around the time that I got my Smashbox one, and I used to use it all the time. I don't use it as much now just because it kind of gets hidden away, and some of the other ones I enjoy a little bit more, but I have nothing against this palette. I think it's great. I think it's worth the money. And I also like this because it's got a lot of neutrals in here, but it allows you to play a little bit with like the purples and stuff like that. And then it's got these 2 darker shades up here for eyeliner and things like that, or if you want to deepen up a look. It lets you do a lot of things. You can create a lot of different looks with this. And let me just show you real quick the quality of these, or the pigmentation. Here are 3 of the bottom shades right there. These are crazy pigmented and they're gorgeous, and I think Sephora did a really good job putting together this palette. On the flip side, I also have this palette from Sephora. It's the Blinged palette, and I got this online with another order because it was like $8 and it suckered me in because it was blinged out and it was so cheap. But I've never used it. You've got these shades right here. and I just don't love them. I don't know why. They're really not that bad of quality, but I just don't ever use it. And I think maybe it's because of the packaging and it's really thick. I don't know. Something about it I don't like, and I can't tell you what it is. Along with the shadows, you also get this blush and these little lipsticks. So the little cream lipsticks there. Right? You'll probably use them as like a cream blush, but some of them are kind of dark. So you get this blush and this lipstick along with it. Never used them, but it's not that they're bad quality, I've just never used them. Next, I have the Too Faced Summer Eyes palette, and this is, I believe, a limited edition summer collection. I don't know if you can still get this or not, but it comes in this cute little tin right here. Packaging totally got me. And then you have these shades right here. This is the most bright you're going to find in my collection. I don't have a lot of bright shades. It's just not really my style. I go for neutrals and I go for a lot of mattes. But this one is almost the opposite. I mean, you've got some neutrals right here, but they're very sparkly. And then you've got these gorgeous shades right here. So I've used this a few times, not a ton, just for a day-to-day look, but I've used this some when I'm trying to play and make have a little bit more fun with my eyeshadow. But you've got these really pretty pink shades right here. I love to use Coral Crush and Mermaid. And let me put Plumeria on here too. So those are those shades. Very summery, very pretty, very sparkly, and I just especially love this one right here, this Mermaid shade. Oh, girl, that is so beautiful. Now we're going to switch gears and get to my favorite palettes because, no coincidence, they are all matte shades. These next four are all matte palettes, and that is one reason that I love them. This first one is my favorite, and it is the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. This thing is raved about on YouTube for a reason. Not only is it wonderful quality, which is typical of most Urban Decay eyeshadows, but it is all matte and it is all neutral. So it is like everything that I love in eyeshadows. I wear this on a day-to-day basis to work, and I will put like the WOS or Foxy down. Is that Foxy? Yeah, Foxy on my lid, and then I'll just go in and do a light crease with Naked 2 right here. It just gives a little bit of definition, but it's good for a no makeup look. So absolutely love this. Then I have the Kat Von D Ladybird palette. First of all, this is my favorite packaging, I think, of all of the palettes I have. I think it is so gorgeous, and I am a very artistic person, so things like this will catch my eye, and packaging and things like that totally sucker me in, and I'll buy pretty much everything if it's got a pretty package. But this, every time I open up this palette, it makes me really excited. First of all, it like springs open. Whee! 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 But every time I open up this palette, I get really excited because it's so pretty and all the colors are really deep and rich, and I love that. It's just the total opposite of like the Summer Eyes palette, which is all like lighthearted and summery, but this one's like fall, and it makes me happy because I love fall. And I have 4 shades in here that I gravitate towards. The first one is Cleopatra, and that is this burnt orange shade right here. So pretty. It's like a rust color. It is amazing on my eyes, and it will just make them pop. It's like out of this world, and I love it. The Kat Von D eyeshadow quality is just phenomenal, and they blend so beautifully, and they're so pigmented. The other shade I like a lot is this deep brown. It is called Wolf. So you've got that one, and then this deep bluish, deep teal navy grayish shade. I don't even know how to describe this, but it is Susie Sue. That's what I'm gonna call it. That's just what I'm gonna call it. It's like this beautiful, like deep charcoaly blue type of color, and it is so pretty, and I think that this would make such a beautiful smoky eye. I've never done it before, but if I had to guess, it would turn out really pretty. So I may play with that in the near future. And then the other one is this deep purple right here. I think that's gorgeous too, and that one is called Fur Elise. Fur Elise. I don't know why she just can't make her names easier to pronounce, but these are my 4 favorite shades from this palette, and I would recommend this to anybody who likes matte shades, and I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of this in the fall. Next, I have the Meet Matte Nude palette from The Balm. Again, really cute packaging, love it. There's Matte, and he's nude. Nude matte, so silly. And it says, size matters, matte-ers. The Balm's getting a little racy, but I like it. It comes with this gigantic mirror, and then you've got these 9 shades right here. I don't use this one as much, and really I can't give you a good reason why. I think it just kind of gets lost in my collection, but it's got some really pretty grays, but I don't see a lot in other palettes. So Matt Johnson and Matt Abdul right here are really pretty grays, and I think Matt Garcia is really beautiful as well. It's like a brownish, reddish type shade right here, a little maroon in there, a little brown. Again, Balm's got really, really solid quality. They were, you know, it's expensive. I got this on Outlook, so if you kind of stalk Outlook and wait, usually they'll have the Balm products every so often. So that is when I got this one, and it's also when I got the Mary Luminizer highlighter. And now we are to the Stila palette that I have. This one is In the Know. She's got multiple ones like In the Light, In the Moment, or In the Garden, or something like that. But this one is her all matte palette, and it comes with this smudge stick right here in this like grayish color. It's called Half Moon. So it comes with that. And then you've got these shades right here. I get a lot of use out of this palette. Love this palette a lot. Again, just like the Kat Von D, I gravitate towards this like dark burnt orange rustish color. I just really think it does good things for the eyes. I get a lot of use out of these 2 shades up here as well, and Driftwood, which is this brown down here. I like this so much that my brother's girlfriend was asking me what I recommended, and I showed her this one, and she loved it and went and got it. Or I think she got it like for their anniversary or something, but she really likes it as well. So these are a fantastic quality. This is one of the ones I got towards the beginning as well, and it helped me a lot learn how to blend, because these blend super easily. I'm still not wonderful at blending and making everything look completely seamless. But this really helps you practice and learn how to do it, because it's easy to work with. And we've got 3 more. First is the Lorac Pro To Go. This was the one from Ulta. I think the Pro To Go from Sephora is different than the one from Ulta, but this one is the one from Ulta. And it's these 4 shades right here. If I have to be completely honest, I probably would not purchase this if I could go back and redo my life, because I got talked into it by the lady there. She saw me looking at it, and she kind of suckered me into it, because I have been thinking about purchasing it. If you've watched one of my previous videos, I did a haul on this, and in the haul I showed that this came with like brushes and a mascara and like a cute little travel case thing, so it kind of suckered me into it with all the other stuff you got. But really the only shade I'll be using is this rose color. I've used this a few times and it's really pretty, but these ones right here are just not really my cup of tea. They're really super sparkly, and I don't generally go for that sparkly of an eyeshadow. But it's nice to have, you know, I can take this and the Naked with me traveling, and that's all I, you know, would really need. I've got your neutrals, and then I've got like a more amped up look if I need it. And then I have my Z palette. Now this is a little bit different, because if you don't know what a Z palette is, it's just the actual palette itself, not the shadows in it. And it has this clear top, and it is, you can get them in all different sizes. This is just the small size. You can get them bigger or whatnot. And it's good for either MAC eyeshadows, or like these are Makeup Geek eyeshadows. These 2 are actually Benefit eyeshadows I had in this big box thing that was really annoying and large, so I depotted them, and you can put them in here. They're just, it's magnetic, so you can just click those in there and keep everything all at once, and it allows you also to be able to pick and choose. If I wanted to take this on a trip somewhere and I was like, I don't really need all of these eyeshadows, I can take some of them out and kind of create my own, which is really nice, and it's handy for storage. So if you need something like that, you can depot single eyeshadows, you can depot blushes, anything really you can depot, and you can put in a Z palette. And the last palette is a classic. It is the e.l.f. I think this is the 100 piece or 100 color eyeshadow thing, and I would recommend this for people who are young and just starting with makeup and want something to play with and learn, because these are not the best quality eyeshadows. Some of them in here are nice and pigmented and wonderful. Some of them suck and don't show up at all. So it's really hit or miss, but it's nice for people who are young and just playing, and they can create all kinds of different looks and really kind of go to town on this and have a good time. You've got neutrals, you've got greens and blues and pinks and purples, and you've got the deeper colors over here to kind of, mess with. So I would get this, for instance, for my nieces who in just another year or two will be going into middle school, and this is something that they can learn how to do their eyeshadow and things like that. So, okay, so we are done. That was long. Whew! Took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you love eyeshadows, because I love eyeshadows, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, loves.